Hey guys, here's the weekly update. Hey guys, so yeah, weekly training vlog. Before we go any further, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down here. That way you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Got some new stuff kind of in the back of the brain rattling around for training demos and techniques. Probably don't want to miss those. Anyway, so training vlog. Where are we at? Well, last week we Monday went out, ran like an easy 6 miles, and finally located the knot that was in my calf that was making my foot and my ankle hurt so much. Ta-da! So that was good. It's kind of on the medial side, right behind the tibia, and so I spent a lot of time last week massaging it, foam rolling it, putting icy hot on it, massaging and flossing it some more. It was going pretty good. Tuesday, I went out, ran about 5 miles, just kind of light and quick, working on the biomechanics, working on the arm carriage again. And so I ended up having a little higher turnover rate, which is good. But come Wednesday morning for the speed session, my foot was really stiff, and I didn't really have time to foam roll it before leaving the house. Kind of downside of having the workout start at 5 a.m., I guess. But we went out there, and it was, I want to say it was like raining just a little bit. It was fairly cool. And most of the other guys didn't show up. I had one other guy show up. Doc was there. Shout out to Doc. And he also, like, he had just coming back from like tweaking his knee or something. He had some IT band issues like the week before that that he had jumped on early, so he'd taken care of them so they didn't get bad. But he was not wanting to go too hard. He just wasn't really feeling it either. So we did a couple of easy 1K, intervals for him, and I rabbited for him since my foot was super stiff. So I ended up just getting like an easy 4 or 5 miles in, nothing crazy. I did a couple striders, but that was about it. Thursday, my foot and calf, like, they were starting to feel better, but they were still pretty tight. And so I was like, you know what? I promised myself I'd get in the pool this week, so I did. I got in. I swam for about 20 minutes, got about 1,000 yards in, and towards the end of that 20 minutes, I was getting close to 1,000 yards. I'd originally wanted to go for a mile, just because it'd been a while since I'd done it. But I was getting a lot of water in my sinuses. And with the weather front coming through, it was just a lot of sinus pressure. And I'm not sure, looking back on it now, if I wasn't starting to fight off a bug as well. But there's a lot of sinus pressure between the pool and my goggles pushing on my sinuses. And when it gets that uncomfortable, like, that's a pretty good indication you got something going on. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to stop at 1,000 instead of 1,750. 1,750 is roughly a mile. And so I got out, and that was my day. And by the time I was getting out, I could start to tell, like, my ankle was getting a little sore just because it's been a while since I was in the pool. And that's kind of, a little bit higher turnover on the kick, small range of motion, just a nice light flutter kick. But it's just cranking that ankle just a little bit. So the Achilles and my ankles were getting a little sore. Mostly, though, I was just trying to focus on my stroke mechanics, trying to keep chest down, hips up, so I was nice and flat in the water, just because it had been a while since I was in the pool. The actual swimming felt great, but the next couple days, man, I felt like I had a head cold, because it was probably about 36 hours or so of crud just coming out of my nose after getting a whole bunch of pool water up in my sinuses. Woke up Friday morning feeling like I've been punched in the face. So I didn't go back to the pool or get on a bike, but what I did do is I went and got some easy miles in. Again, not trying to crush it, just getting some time on feet. And then Saturday, we didn't have a lot of people show up to practice at the lake. So I actually ran on the trail, which was nice. That was fun. And I didn't roll my ankle. I did that today. But I didn't do it at the park on the single track. It was great. So I mean, I was just running with Simon. I wasn't running super hard. It was just an easy 5 miles. And that last mile, we opened up just a little bit. Maybe 7-minute pace or something like that. Not super fast, but faster than we were going on the trails, just to allow Simon a chance to kind of get a mile at threshold pace for him. And so I was, essentially just being a rabbit for him, kind of pulling him along. And then Sunday I took off. I was still not 100% when I woke up Sunday morning. My foot was still stiff. My head was still a little gunked up. I'd been in a bad mood for a couple days, which is why I think maybe I was fighting off a bug. But yeah, I took Sunday off, so not a lot of miles last week. We had a grand total of 27.2 miles last week, not including the 2/3 of a mile in the pool. So all in all, it went bad though. I'm feeling a lot better about it going into this week. I ended up taking Monday off too. So yeah, we only got 3.5 hours of training time last week, but that's all right. I think at this point, I've resigned myself to the fact that I got some pretty squirrely knots in my calf, and I found another one yesterday on the outside of the calf, which I think is the root cause of the problem, and why the medial side of my calf behind the tibia is lit up from the knot on the outside, yanking my foot outwards. Because that's the stuff that would have gotten beat up and damaged rolling my ankle inwards multiple times this summer. So it fits with kind of how I managed to injure it this summer with running on the single track and rolling my ankle so many times. So yeah, priority for the next few weeks is getting the calf and the ankle feeling better. So we're going to be foam rolling it and flossing it and icy hot and eating all the good anti-inflammatory food and getting those knots to release so we can actually run. We did get new shoes in this week, which I think is the real reason why my calf was super lit up on Thursday last week, because I did those easy miles rabbiting for Doc in a pair of Escalante. So they're 0 drop, no support, which is not ideal if you're having some ankle stability issues. They're nice and fast, and I love running in them. But I really needed my ghosts, and the ghosts that I wore on Tuesday were still soaking wet because I forgot to put newspaper in them Wednesday morning. So, but we got a new pair in now, so we got 2 pairs to cycle through, so we'll always have a dry pair. We'll probably be sticking in those for a little bit till we get this calf fixed up. And then, yeah, and then we'll kind of get back at it. So this week, we got some threshold work lined up. I still need to talk to the guys, see if folks have anything in particular they want to do Wednesday morning. As far as races go, I'm looking at the Rock Island Greenway here in town. I didn't get to run it last year, the first year they did it, because I was in Tulsa at a race for a client and Thanksgiving with my family. But I'm staying home for Thanksgiving this year, so I'll be here. So I may do the Rock Island Greenway. I don't know if I'll pop over to Monroe or Shreveport to run a 5K on Thanksgiving. I'm assuming not. I'm not going to leave for half a day on Thanksgiving, since I'm getting to actually stay home and not have to travel. We won't be running the reindeer run this year, mostly because I'm helping with race organization, that kind of thing. I'll probably be in charge of timing. If I'm not doing timing, I'm going to be on a bike leading the race. That way the folks who are in the race don't end up running multiple different courses this year. But yeah, so as far as races go, Rock Island Greenway, we did not do Autumn Breeze because our ankle is still jacked up. But we got Rock Island Greenway coming up here next month. We'll probably do one of the 5Ks over in Monroe or Shreveport sometime in November or December. And then we'll be starting to look at the new year. Haven't set anything down in stone yet because, again, I'm waiting on this left ankle to get to be 100%. But yeah, I am getting rejuvenated though. It'll be fun. So, hang out. Friday we will have the new training talks coming up. We're going to do some demo. I think we're going to do Bulgarian split squats this week, so it'll be fun. It's a really good exercise for runners and endurance athletes in general. If you spend a lot of time on a bike, they're really good for you too, because they help with that range of motion on the front of the hip, so you don't end up with IT band issues and hip flexor issues. So yeah, that's what's coming up in a blog post on Thursday. So stay tuned, hit the subscribe and notification bell. Share this with your friends, because the more people that see it, the more questions I get asked, and the more questions I get, the more useful our things are, the more useful the training demos are. So, if there's something you want to know about, well, let me know. Till next week, train smart.